Do you know what it takes to become financially independent? And are you doing it?
Check out this week's Money Minutes.
Courtney and Ryan here, back with your weekly Money Minutes. This week, we want to talk to those of you out there who are thinking, I want to make sure that I'm going to be financially independent, but I don't know which steps to take to get there. We're going to give you 6 simple steps to make sure you guys are on the right track.
All right, tip number 1, are you saving enough? I bet you're not. And the worst thing you can do is procrastinate about it. Say like, well, when I get that next raise, then I'll start putting money away. That 401k at work, next year, right, when I start getting more money than I'm making right now, or maybe I'll get that inheritance. So point is, don't wait for those things to happen. It can be a very incremental thing, but it always starts with the first step. And the first step typically is your retirement plan for work. And make it an incremental goal. It doesn't have to be you have to put thousands of dollars away a month to be on track. It could be $100 a month, whatever, $50 a month. Just get started somewhere that really builds on itself, and you can start to add to that over time, but you just have to get started.
Tip number 2, do you have a budget established? Now, a budget has nothing to do with you having a lot of money or only a little bit of money. It's about what's coming in versus what's going out, because that is a really crucial step in making sure that you're able to meet your financial goals in the future. Now, a good example is Ryan and I actually have a client who they had $10 million, so they said, I don't need to worry about a budget, but it turns out he was spending about 10% of that a year, $1 million, and we said, well, you do need a budget, or a certain point in time, it's gonna catch up to you. You're actually gonna run out of money. And this is why budgeting is so important for you, and making sure that you know what's coming in and what's going out, but also what are we saving for? How much do you need to save to meet those goals?
Tip number 3, goal setting. Remember the last time you went on a vacation and you took like several hours just to figure out where you're going, all the logistics, how you were going to get there? Well, we spend a lot more time planning vacations when we do our financial life, and I know you're guilty of this. So goal planning is all about getting from point A to point B, and point B basically is where you're trying to go to. What is it going to look like? How much are you going to spend, or what we call financial independence, or how much you're going to need to spend? And point A is where you are now. The problem is, Courtney, if I'm saying to you, hey, I want to get to where you are right now, but I don't even know where I am right now, it's kind of like, how the heck are you going to give me a map to provide me to get to that location?
Now, it's easy if you don't know where you're getting to, how to plan exactly how to get there. And so it's easier to just say, well, I'll just dump things in my savings account, but your different goals have different ways that you should be investing your money. Tip number 4, make sure all of your money isn't just sitting in cash getting no growth on it. Now, check out our last video. We actually talked about the importance of why you need to do that, and it's really because of inflation and the fact that things are going to cost more over time. 15 years ago, I had $100,000 in a savings account. That would actually be worth about $12,000 less than the cost it is to purchase things 15 years later. So you actually lost money by leaving it in a savings account. Make sure you're not falling into that trap.
So once you've established where you're going, where you are now, it's all about the journey to get there. And a big part of that journey is going to be taxes. And there's a lot of tax advantage vehicles you should be using. Everything from a 401k. If you have a 401k, do they have a match where they basically give you money up on top of your money? Roth IRAs, health savings accounts, in fact. And if you click on the link below, we have a full playlist of all the different tax strategies you can use. And even better, we also have a download below where you can get our 7 tips on ways to save on taxes. Money saved in taxes is just as green as any money you can make invested. You need to focus on taxes.
Tip number 6 is actually now making your money work for you. Now, we've talked a lot about making sure you know what you're saving for, that you have goals set, that you have a budget in place, but now we want to look at how do you actually get that money invested. Now, the reason we're doing all this is to make sure that you guys can become financially independent in the future. And that's not going to come with a big windfall or a big get-rich-quick strategy. It really just comes down to some simple planning steps that you guys can take, and slowly and steadily over time, you will be able to get there. And that's everything from tax planning, making sure you're budgeting, making sure you have goals, you know exactly what you're saving for. And it can seem a bit overwhelming, and that's where it can really help to have somebody who can walk you through these steps and make sure that you do have those goals in mind, and make sure that you do know how to get there.
The good news is every week we do free financial plans, and if you click on the link below, you can see if you qualify for a full financial review where I'll help you do this entire process. Figure out where you're trying to get to, how much money you're going to need when you get there. That's financial independence. Figure out how to build a budget, Save properly. Use all the tax efficient vehicles that you can possibly use to keep the money away from the government. That's a good thing. And using the right investment vehicles to do it. Just map it out for you. So click on the link below and you can see if you qualify for a free financial plan. And if you like our content, every week we try to give you very insightful, common sense advice you can use with your planning and investing. That's this week's Money Minutes. Feel free to subscribe. As always, be bullish.